Avatara means Bhagavan comes down to this bhumi or to the earth, and in he takes various forms, right? And he comes down in every yuga to teach us how to walk in the path of dharma. Okay, and popularly we know about dashavatara. Dasha means 10, and avatara is incarnation of Bhagavan. Okay, so we know about 10 incarnations of Bhagavan Sri Mahavishnu. Okay, and Sri Krishna Avataram is one of those avatara. See, whatever Bhagavan does, he does with a purpose, right? So he knows what is good for us and what is not good for us at particular point of time. So anything he does with a purpose. Okay, so first he took Matsya Avataram. Okay, Matsya Avataram. In Dasha Avataram, the first Avataram that comes is Matsya Avataram. And Bhagavan took this huge fish form, okay, to save the rishis and King Satyavrata and save every kind of creation from Pralaya. Pralaya. Anybody know what Pralaya is? Let me ask Tanmayi. What is Pralaya, Kanna?
Like when the universe was like under the cosmic ocean.
Yes, beautiful, Kanna, beautiful. Adya, you want to add something to that?
Yeah, it's when the universe it ends and a whole new part starts.
Oh, beautiful, Kanna, beautiful. So Pralayam means Bhagavan, we know Bhagavan creates this entire universe, right? He creates everything. And after some time, when he decides it's the right time to take everything back in, that's what he does during Pralaya. He takes all the creations, all the entire universe inside him. Okay, so everything goes and resides inside Bhagavan until the time comes when he starts the creation again. Okay, so this happened in Matsya Avatara. To save the rishis and the herbs and King Satyavrata, he took a big, huge fish form and protected them. Okay, and then he took Varaha Avatara. Varaha Avatara, he came in the form of a big boar. Okay, and he saved the Bhumi or Mother Earth, who was immersed in Pralaya Jalam, the water. Okay, the cosmic ocean. The Mother Earth was hidden inside the ocean, and Bhagavan took the boar avataram, the Varaha avataram, and he brought back Bhumi Devi. Then we had Narasimha Avataram, okay, where he came out as half man and half lion, right, to protect the great devotee by name Prahalada. Okay, he was a 5-year-old boy. He was like a small child like you, and Bhagavan took this Narasimha Avataram to come and protect Prahalada from his father, who was an Asura by name Hiranyakashipu. Okay? Then came Sri Rama Avataram and Krishna Avataram. And Sri Rama Avataram to show dharma to all. Okay, Rama Avataram happened because Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, Bhagavan wanted to show that we can practice righteousness, we can practice dharma even under adverse conditions, because we know the story. I mean, some of you might know the story of Ramachandra Prabhu, and Ramachandra Prabhu spoke only truth and he walked the path of dharma, right? Even when he faced the most adverse conditions in his life. Okay, so that was the purpose of Sri Rama's avataram. He showed how to follow dharma even under adverse conditions. Then came Sri Krishna Avataram in Dwapara Yuga, and Krishna Avataram happened to reduce the weight of Bhuma Devi, okay, because the Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth, she was feeling very heavy. Okay, so we are going to see why she was feeling very heavy. But to understand the Krishna Avataram just now, Krishna Avataram happened to reduce the heaviness of Bhuma Devi and to protect Dharma and to also give his Leelas. Leelas are the divine place of Bhagavan. Okay, so to give us the Leelas. That's why we are able to sit here today in this Kali Yuga. We are sitting here today and with all of you beautiful children here, and we are discussing these Krishna Leelas with you, right? That's because he has given all those Leelas to us so that we can sing about it, we can talk about it, we can listen about these Leelas and have joy, okay, and cheer all around, okay? That's why Krishna Avataram happened. And a little bit of background about Srimad Bhagavatam, okay, because we find these Krishna Leelas explained in detail in a grantham or book called Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam is a Mahapurana. Okay, have you heard about Ramayanam, Sri Ramayanam and Mahabharatam? I think most of you would have heard about Srimad Mahabharatam and Sri Ramayanam, right? Good. They both are itihasas, right? And Srimad Bhagavatam is a Mahapurana. Okay, and this was composed by Sri Vedavyasa Maharishi, and Srimad Bhagavatam describes various avatars of Bhagavan and the leelas or the divine plays that Bhagavan did in great detail. Okay, and this Srimad Bhagavatam has 12 skandhas and 335 chapters, 18,000 shlokas, okay, in total. And our Krishna Leelas, they come in the Dasamaskandam. Okay, Dasamaskandam, and it is the 10th Skandha in Srimad Bhagavatam. And we have Krishna Leela explained in detail in 90 chapters in this 10th Skandha of Srimad Bhagavatam. Everybody with me? With me so far? Good job. Okay. So we will talk about how Krishna decided to come to this Bhumi. Okay. So Bhuma Devi, as we saw before, she was feeling very burdened. Okay, she was feeling very heavy because one point of time people had started speaking so much of lies and they did not want to follow dharma that is explained in the Shastras. They had turned unrighteous. Okay, and that's when Bhuma Devi, she was feeling very heavy to hold on to people who were doing evil things. Okay. We see so many mountains around, big oceans around. These were not making Bhuma Devi heavy, but the people, right? The people who were not following dharma. That's what made Bhuma Devi very heavy. So she took the form of a cow. Okay, she took the form of a cow and she went to Brahmaloka and she prayed to Brahmadeva because Brahmadeva, Bhagavan has appointed Brahmadeva to do all the creation, right? So Bhuma Devi took the form of a cow. She went to Brahmaloka and she prayed to Brahmadeva to reduce her burden. Okay, and Brahmadeva said, I am in charge of only the creation of the world. So I cannot help you with this. So let's take all the devas, Shiva Peruman and everybody and let's go to Kshirabdi. Okay, Adya, do you know where Kshirabdi is and what is Kshirabdi?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Any volunteers, you can raise your hand and I should be able to call you. Shriram Mahodaya, if you can see anyone raising their hand. Tanmayi, do you know Kshirabdi?
Vasishta.
Vasishta.
Go ahead and unmute yourself. And no, nobody will.
In Andhra
Shastra.
Pradesh.
Oh,
Ma'am?
Kshirabdi is the abode of Sri Mahavishnu. Okay. It's not in Andhra Pradesh. It is outside of our Bhumi. Okay, it's the abode of Sri Mahavishnu. Okay, it's where Sri Mahavishnu resides with Lakshmi Devi. Okay, so Kshirabdi. So Brahmadeva said, let's take all the devas. Let's take all the devas and you also come and let's take Shiva Peruman from Kailasha. Let's all go to Kshirabdi and let's pray to Bhagavan. So they all go and pray to Bhagavan in Kshirabdi, and that's when Bhagavan, he promised Bhuma Devi that don't worry, I will be born as Krishna to Vasudeva and Devaki soon, and I will reduce your burden of these unrighteous people. Okay. Then when this was all happening in the Devaloka, right? This was all happening in Kshirabdi, in the abode of Sriman Narayana, in Bhumi, okay, on Mother Earth, Vasudeva and Devaki, they got married. Okay, and Kamsa was the cousin brother of Devaki. Okay, Kamsa was so happy for his sister, and he himself wanted to take Vasudeva and Devaki to their palace. Okay, so he became the driver of the chariot. He took the chariot, he took the reins in his hand, and he asked Vasudeva and Devaki to sit on the chariot, and was so happy to ride the chariot along with them. Okay, and when he was riding the chariot, he heard a divine voice from up, okay, from the sky, and the voice said, hey Kamsa, the 8th child of this Devaki is going to cause your death. Okay, when someone hears that, what will happen? They will get panicked, they will get shocked, right? Some voice just calls out saying like you are going to be killed. You'll be very, very shocked, right? So that's what So that's what Kamsa felt, and he was shocked, he was scared, he didn't know what to do. So he just removed his sword, okay, he removed his sword and he got ready to kill Devaki then and there, right? Because she did not want her to get any children, because the 8th child is going to kill him, right? So he immediately took the sword and he got ready to kill Devaki there. And Vasudeva came and pleaded with Kamsa. He said, Kamsa, you don't even know whether we are going to children or not. And even if we get children, what like there is no promise that we are going to have 8 children, right? So we don't know anything yet. So why do you want to kill your sister? She is your loving sister and you have so much love for her. That's why you decided to ride the chariot yourself. So why do you want to kill Devaki now? But Kamsa did not listen to any of those words because he was so shocked and panicked. And even when we are panicked, we are scared, we won't be able to take good decisions, is it not? That's why elderly people, they say to calm down before taking any important decisions, is it not? So here also Vasudeva, like, he could not convince Kamsa. Okay, and then finally Vasudeva promised that, okay, let me bring you back the children. I will bring if any children is, if and when the child is born, I will bring them back to you and you decide what to do with the child. Okay, and this convinced Kamsa. So he thought, okay, let me keep you in my prison so that I can watch you all the time. And whenever a child is born, you have to bring it back to me. That's what Kamsa said, and Vasudeva also agreed. Okay. So Kamsa, he put both Devaki and Vasudeva in a prison, and Devaki got pregnant with her first child. Okay, and soon the first child was born in the prison for Vasudeva and Devaki. And we know that Vasudeva was a dharmic person, right? He was a very righteous person. So he wanted to be truthful, okay, to his words. So he, being a truthful person, he takes the baby to Kamsa. And as soon as Kamsa sees this little baby, right, the baby was so cute. And Kamsa looked at the baby and said, this baby is not going to do any harm for me. The voice said only the 8th child is going to kill me. So he also felt little bit of compassion in his heart, and he gave back the child to Vasudeva and said, take this baby with you, Vasudeva. I don't want this child. It's going to bring back the 8th child. Okay, so that's what Kamsa said, and Vasudeva returned back to the prison. And he narrated Devaki about what had happened in the palace. But he also warned Devaki. He said, see, Kamsa is evil-minded person. Okay, and we don't know how his mind is going to change, at what time it's going to change, right? So don't hold any hopes. So let's hope he leaves this child alone. Okay, that's what Vasudeva said. And as Vasudeva expected, Kamsa changed his mind. He thought, let me kill all the children. I don't want to take any chance because it's my life. I don't want to take any chances with my life. So he came back to the prison. He took the baby from Devaki's hand and he killed the first child. Okay, and this happened to 6 more children. And when the babies were delivered, he killed the children one by one. Okay, and then this happened to 6 children of Devaki's. And now Bhagavan, he decided to call Yogamaya. Yogamaya is the divine energy of Bhagavan. Okay, and because of this Maya, we see different, like you can say, like illusions around us, right? Some people, sometimes we think, oh, when I get this new model phone, I will be happy. When I get this new model car, I'm going to be happy. And we think happiness lies in the external things, right? So when I get this new video game, I'm going to be super happy. And then what happens? When I get this new video game, I play for some time and then say like, it's boring. I want to get another video game, right? So that's what happens. And why this happens? It's because of Yogamaya. It's Bhagavan's divine energy that causes this illusion that the happiness lies in the outside things. On the other hand, we have to understand happiness lies within us, right? But here, Bhagavan, he calls Yogamaya and says, Adishesha will soon, Adishesha is the big snake on which Bhagavan, he resides, okay. So Bhagavan told Yogamaya, Adishesha will be soon entering into Devaki's womb as the 7th child. So I want you to do this. I want you to do 2 tasks. First, take the baby from Devaki's womb and transfer the baby to Rohini's womb, okay. And then I want you to enter into the womb of Yashoda Mata. Okay, Yashoda Ma is the wife of Nanda Baba. Okay, we will see about them later. So I want you to enter into the tummy of Yashoda and be born as their child. So I want you to do 2 tasks. And Yogamaya said, okay, I will do that. So here Adishesha, he entered into Devaki's womb as the 7th child. And as ordered by Bhagavan, Yogamaya, she transferred Devaki's 7th child from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. And who is this Rohini? Rohini was another wife of Vasudeva, and she was living under the care of Nanda Baba. Okay, Nanda Baba was the king of Gokulam. Okay, Gokulam. And Rohini was living in Gokulam. Okay, and Yogamaya enters into the womb of Yashoda Mata. So she fulfilled all the tasks given to her by Bhagavan. Okay, and since the life of the 7th baby was transferred to Rohini Mata, the 7th child of Devaki was born dead, and the gods immediately went to Kamsa and said the 7th child was born dead to Kamsa. And Kamsa was now getting confused, right? If the next child is born, whether that child will be considered 7th child or 8th child. So he got all these confusions in his head and he was going crazy. He was like, what am I going to do now? Okay, this was all happening in Kamsa's palace. And in Gokulam, Rohini Mata, she gave birth to Balarama. Okay, Balarama was Adishesha's incarnation. Okay, and now Bhagavan himself entered into the womb of Devaki Mata as the 8th child, because Krishna has promised, right? Bhagavan has promised that I will be born to Vasudeva and Devaki, right? So he entered into the womb of Devaki Mata, and like with the 8th child, Devaki Mata was like glowing. She was glowing. She was very cheerful. She was glowing, and all the gods and whoever saw that, they saw that Devaki was looking so different, and they all went and told Kamsa as well. See, Kamsa also saw bad dreams, and when he turned to his right, he saw Bhagavan there. When he turned to his left, he saw Bhagavan there. When he opened his eyes, he could see Bhagavan on the roof, right? And he saw Bhagavan out of fear. See, Bhagavatas or devotees like us, we want to see Bhagavan with love, right? We see Bhagavan with love. But Kamsa was seeing Bhagavan everywhere because he was scared. Okay, and he saw Bhagavan everywhere and he was getting scared, and he wanted to take utmost precautions for this 8th child, right? So he called all the gods and said, don't let anyone near Devaki and Vasudeva, let alone Putana alone stay beside them. And he placed his trustworthy gods outside the prison to make sure the 8th child does not escape, right? So he made sure, he made all the arrangements. And now the Devas, they all know that Bhagavan is going to be born soon as their 8th child. So they all come to the prison and they do a beautiful stuti or shlokam to Bhagavan, who is in the womb of Devaki Mata. Okay, and then finally the time came, the divine hour came, and it was midnight, and everything in the nature around was totally different, because everything and everybody, they wanted to welcome Bhagavan, right? The stream, the Yamuna river was flowing gently, and she was making that chala chala sound, right? The beautiful sound, and everywhere divine trumpets were blowing gently. Okay, and it was the sky was rumbling, and lotus flowers, we know that lotus blooms only when there is sunlight. right? But now Bhagavan is going to be born, is it not? So the lotus flowers have bloomed at midnight and they all wanted to welcome Bhagavan. So even the nature, everything, the trees, the forest, the clouds, everything wanted to welcome Bhagavan, and everybody got ready and Krishna was born. Okay, and immediately when Krishna was born, Devaki Mata and Vasudeva, they were tied by chains, right? They were in the prison. They were tied by chains. But immediately when Krishna was born, the chains opened and the chains tied to Vasudeva's feet and Devaki's feet, they opened. And the door to the prison also opened. And Yogamaya, with Yogamaya's power, she put everybody to sleep in Mathura. Right? Everybody, all the gods went to sleep. Everybody was quiet and nobody knew that Krishna was born. The 8th child is already born. Okay, she put everybody to sleep. And Vasudeva, he picked up Krishna because he wanted Krishna to be safe, right? So he picked up Krishna and he placed Krishna. Vasudeva placed Krishna in a basket and he was getting ready to take Krishna to Gokulam to place the baby in the safe hands of Nanda Baba, right? So he came out, Vasudeva, he came out of the gates, the prison gates, and because of Yogamaya's magic, everybody was sleeping there, and Vasudeva started walking towards the Gokulam. Okay, and Vasudeva, he was carrying Krishna in a basket on top of his head, right? And he came to the bank of river Yamuna, and all the forces of nature wanted to help Vasudeva during his journey from Mathura to Gokulam. Okay, and the wind was blowing gently. It was as if wind was coming and touching baby Krishna and kissing baby Krishna. Okay, and Vasudeva, when he started walking through the Yamuna river, he was going deep inside the Yamuna river, right? And Krishna, who was in the basket, his feet touched the Yamuna river. And Yamuna river, Yamuna, she paid her respects to Krishna because it was Bhagavan himself. And Yamuna gave way to Vasudeva so that he can walk comfortably. And it was raining hard. And Adishesha himself became the umbrella and protected Krishna from the rain. Okay, finally Vasudeva reached Gokulam and he placed baby Krishna next to Yashodama, and Yogamaya, she had entered into the womb of Yashoda, right? So she had delivered a girl baby, and Yogamaya had put everybody to sleep in Gokulam as well. So nobody saw Vasudeva walking in there with Krishna. So Vasudeva came there. He left Krishna beside Yashodama, and he lifted Yashoda's baby girl, which was Yogamaya herself, and he goes back to Mathura with Yashodama's baby, and he placed the girl baby beside Devaki Mata, and immediately the chains were tied back again to Vasudeva and Devaki, and it was soon sunrise, right? And the sun raised, and the gods went to Kamsa and said, like, the baby is born, because Yogamaya was crying. She was screaming and crying, and the gods all woke up to see that the baby is born. The 8th baby was born. And Kamsa, immediately he rushes to the prison the next morning, and he grabs the baby from Devaki's hand. And he was so disappointed that it was just a little girl baby, right? And he was expecting Bhagavan to be born and with all the paraphernalia, but he saw a small girl baby, right? So he thought, is this baby going to cause my death? And he was thinking that, and anyway he wanted to kill the baby, right? When he was trying to do that, the girl baby, she escaped from the hands of Kamsa, and she flew to the sky, right? And she took the form of Durga Devi with 8 hands and with divine weapons in each of the hand. And she said, "Hey Kamsa, the baby, the 8th child of Devaki, who is born to kill you, he is growing safe and sound in a different place. Why do you want to kill me? And why are you? Stop killing all the innocent children. Your days are numbered." Okay. So, and she warns Kamsa, and she disappears. Okay. And Kamsa, he calls a council of his ministers. Who were his ministers? All the Asuras, all the evil people were his ministers, right? Pralambasura, Putana, Bakasura, Trinavarta, all those evil people were his ministers. So he calls all of them and he discusses with his ministers what needs to be done. And all these evil ministers, what did they say? Kamsa, don't even worry. We will make sure that all the newborn babies are killed. Okay, your worry is the 8th child of Devaki, right? And the baby is just born. So don't worry at all. The baby will be very weak. He will not be able to protect himself. We will make sure. We will go to every village here, nearby village, and kill all the newborn babies. So don't worry at all. See, this bad idea made him happy. Killing innocent children, right? So because he was evil-minded. And then Kamsa added, don't stop with that. Kill all the Brahmanas and Rishis as well. Why? Because the Brahmanas and the Rishis are the ones who do yagas, right? To make Bhagavan Vishnu happy. So I want all the yagas to stop. So kill all the Brahmanas and Rishis as well. Okay, and these Rakshasas or the Asuras, they started creating havoc everywhere. Okay, and they started killing Brahmanas and Rishis. And Kamsa, he called Putana. Putana was a Rakshashi. Okay, and she was his minister as well. And she was an expert in killing newborn babies. That's what her expertise was. So he calls Putana and says, go to all the neighboring villages and kill all the newborn babies. And Putana said, I'm so happy to do that. And she got ready. Okay. And while this was happening in Mathura, Krishna and Balarama are safe and sound in Nanda Baba's village, Gokulam, right? So there, Nanda Baba, Yashoda, all the gopis, they were all getting ready to celebrate the birth of Krishna. Okay, and they were all cow herd people, right? They cow herders, right? All they know is milking the cow, making yogurt, and then churning the yogurt to get butter, and then make ghee. This is what they do all the time, right? So they were taking, one gopi was taking milk, one gopi was taking yogurt, one gopi was taking butter, and they were throwing at each other, and they were celebrating the birth of Krishna and Balarama. Okay, and it is called Nandotsabam. Okay, so that's how they celebrated Krishna's birth. And now, while all people were rejoicing and celebrating the birth of Krishna like this, Putana enters into Gokulam. Okay, and she is the Rakshashi, right? She is a Rakshashi sent by Kamsa himself, right? So she comes to Gokulam, but she can change her form to she can take any form that she wishes. Okay, so she takes the form of a beautiful woman. Okay, and walks into the village of Gokulam. And the people of Gokulam, they were all very innocent people. They were very trustworthy people. They trust everybody, and they were very innocent, right? They cannot even think that a person can be evil. That's how innocent they were. Okay, so on seeing this beautiful form of Putana, they all thought, oh, Mother Mahalakshmi herself has come to our Gokulam. And they all welcome Putana there to their village, and Putana goes from every house. She looks and searches for the newborn baby in every house, and she finally comes to Krishna's house, Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mata's house, and she sees Krishna sleeping in the cradle. Okay, and she takes Krishna and places him on her lap. Okay, Putana, she has made a plan how to kill the newborn babies, and she thought, I will poison my breast milk, okay, and try to feed the children, and when the child sucks the milk, it will suck the poisoned milk and the baby will die, right? Because we all know the newborn babies, they drink only milk, right? So this was her plan. So she took Putana took Krishna on her lap, and Krishna immediately closed his eyes. Okay, because we know Bhagavan's eyes are filled with compassion, right? Bhagavan's eyes are always compassionate. So Krishna thought, if I open my eyes and look at Putana, my compassionate eyes will not discriminate evil person and good person. So it will show compassion to Putana as well. But now she has come with an evil intention here. So I have to teach her a lesson. So he immediately closed his eyes, and he started crying for milk. Okay, because he wanted to teach her a lesson. So Putana took Krishna on her lap, and she started feeding him the poisoned milk. And Krishna, what did he do? He did not just suck the milk out of her, he sucked the life breath out of Putana. right? And when he sucked the life breath, she was crying and screaming and she could not bear the pain, right? She said, stop, stop, leave me, leave me. And then she fell down and she took the original form of the Rakshashi form, right? And she fell down. Okay, and everybody rushed to see what happened because they could not hear her voice. It was so it was deafening. Okay, the scream was deafening. So they all rushed to the place, and they saw a big Rakshashi lying down dead, right? And Krishna was happily playing on top of Putana, right? He was just a baby. So Yashodama, she picks up Krishna, and she thinks it is only Bhagavan who has protected Krishna. But we all know that it is Bhagavan himself, right? But Yashoda Amma thought, oh, Bhagavan has protected my Krishna, and she brought a cow there, and this is what they do in the villages. When a child is scared, they will do they will just swirl the cow's tail to make sure the drishti means the evil vision is gone, right? So here Yashodama did all that and fed Krishna with butter, yogurt and milk, and she was happy to have Krishna safe and sound. And the villagers, they thought they will take Putana somewhere and do and burn her, right? But they could not even move her from that place. So they put the wood on top of her and they burnt her dead body. And from that burning came a beautiful fragrance. Because why? Because she had fed Krishna with milk, right? Now she has got that touch of Krishna. Putana has got the touch of Krishna, so she had become purified and all her sins were gone, and the burning of the body also gave the fragrance of sandalwood, right? And everyone was amazed to see that. And even though she fed poisonous milk to Krishna, since she fed milk, Krishna saw her as a mother and blessed her. Okay, so the lesson that we learn from this is Putana offered milk with evil intention, but Krishna accepted even that and blessed her, right? So think about us offering a small bit of fruit or a flower to Krishna with love. How much blessings he will shower on us, right? That's what we have to learn from this story. And Srimad Bhagavatam also says, whoever listens to this Krishna, the Putana Moksham story, they will get divine love in their heart for Krishna. They will get prema bhakti for Krishna. Okay, and now Krishna was growing little, and the babies, the first thing that they do is turn to their side. They always be, when they are born, they will be lying lying flat, right? And then after 3 months, they will just turn over, right? So Yashodama wanted to celebrate that. Krishna turning over to the side. So she had called everyone, and she had so many preparations to do for the celebration. So she placed Krishna in a cradle, and she placed the cradle under a cart. And in Samskritam, the cart we say as Shakata. Okay, Shakata is a cart. Okay, and an Asura was hiding inside. Asura was hiding inside this cart, and his name was Shakatasura. Okay, and Krishna, he was sleeping there, and a lot of children were playing around. Okay, Krishna, and Krishna saw that Shakatasura was coming to kill him, because Shakatasura was also sent by Kamsa, and Krishna gave a mighty kick. The cart shattered, right? And Shakatasura, he attained Bhagavan's charanam. And all the villagers, they did not understand, because they were taking care of their own chores, right? Some people were grazing cows. The women, they were churning the yogurt to get butter, and they were doing so many chores. And Yashoda Mata was preparing food for so many people. So they did not even pay attention. And everybody heard a big noise of this cart shattering and falling down, right? When they rushed to the place, they saw that this cart has fallen down, and all the children who were playing around, they came and said, Krishna did this. Okay, and nobody believed that Krishna could do this, because Krishna was a small baby, right? How can he get up and kick a cart and he go back to sleep? So all the villagers thought, these children, they don't know what they are talking about. How can my baby do this, Abdina? Like they were so surprised and could not believe. what the children said. But Yashoda Amma was so happy to have Krishna safe and sound, and she took her on her lap and she started playing. Okay, and another day, Krishna was playing, right? Krishna was playing on the lap of Yashoda Amma, and Yashoda Amma was pacifying Krishna, and she was playing and having fun. Okay, immediately, Krishna, suddenly he started weighing like a mountain. Can you hold a mountain on your lap? No, we can't even think about it, right? So Yashoda Amma thought, what happened to Krishna? I gave him only 1 glass of milk this morning. How can he weigh like this? No, Yashoda Amma was wondering, and he started weighing heavy and heavy, and she could not have Krishna on her lap. Okay, so she took Krishna and left him on the ground. Okay, and Yashoda Amma thought, let him sleep for some time. Let me go in and do my chores, finish my chores, and then come back and take Krishna. I don't know what is happening with this little boy. Then, like, she leaves Krishna and goes inside, and that's when another Asura by name Trinavarta, right? Trinavarta, he comes there, and he came in the form of a tornado, right? Tornado, and he lifted Krishna up. And when tornado happens, what happens? There will be a big swirl of wind, right? And it will blind everyone, right? That's what happened during this leela as well. Trinavarta, he has blinded everyone with a strong gust of wind, and nobody was able to see what was happening. And Yashoda Amma could not see Krishna at all. And Trinavarta took Krishna and he went up, right? And he lifted Krishna up and went up. He wanted to kill Krishna in the skies, right? But then when he was going up and up and up, Krishna again started weighing like a mountain, and Trinavarta could not bear the weight of Krishna on his shoulders. And he thought, let me throw this baby on the ground, and if I throw him on the ground from this height, the baby is going to go down and shatter, right? And it will kill Krishna. So he thought that, and he just wanted to throw Krishna down, right? But instead, what happened? Krishna choked Trinavarta's neck, and Trinavarta, he could not bear the pain, and he finally fell down dead, right? And he was playing on top of that Asura again, and by then the gust of the wind has calmed down, and everybody was able to see what was happening. And Yashoda Amma and the gopis and the gopas, they rushed to that place to see Krishna happily playing on top of this Asura. And immediately they took Krishna and gave him to Yashoda Amma, and Yashoda Amma took him inside and took care of him. Like this, Krishna started growing up, and he started doing many naughty things, right? And he started stealing butter from the gopis. He started throwing yogurt at everyone, and he used to play with the cows and the calves. You know what naughty thing he did with the calves? Like, see, they are all cow herders, right? They milk the cow, and they go and sell the milk to other people in the neighboring villages. That's how their livelihood was, right? So they will have a certain time when they will leave the when they will let go of they untie the calf, and the calf can go and have milk from the cow, but only for a certain period of time. Think about what happens when the calf drinks all the milk. The people will not have any milk, right? The calf would have drunk everything, right? But then Krishna thought of this brilliant plan. He said, the cow's milk belongs to the calf. Rightfully, it belongs to the calf, right? So let me untie all the calves in the cattle shed. Let them go and drink milk happily. He let go of all the calves, and they all happily ran to the cows and drank the milk, and the calves were very happy, and the mother cows were also happy. Then in the afternoon, the gopis, they all came out to milk all the cows. And when they started milking the cows, not even a drop of milk came from the cows, right? Because the calves have drunk everything. And this was happening for a certain period of days, right? In a certain number of days. Finally, one gopi, she hid behind the cattle shed, and she found out Krishna was doing this, right? And she got so mad, and she started scolding Krishna. Likewise, he started doing so many naughty things, but he wanted to get caught all the time. That's how Krishna Leelas were. Like, Krishna wanted to get caught by the gopis. That is the joy that he gave to the gopis, and that is the joy he had for himself as well. Okay, so one day he was playing with his friends, right? See, our mothers say, don't eat dirt, don't eat sand, right? But now here, Krishna, he started eating sand. like not just one handful of sand, he started eating sand again and again. And Balarama thought, I'm not able to stop this child from doing this naughty thing. Let me go and tell Yashoda Amma. Balarama came running to Yashoda Amma and he said, like, come Amma, like Krishna is eating sand and I'm not able to stop him. And when he was complaining this way, Krishna also ran to Yashoda Amma. And Yashoda Amma picked up Krishna and Yashoda asked, Krishna, did you eat sand? And Krishna innocently, he kept his face very innocent. And he said, no Amma, I did not eat. All these people are lying. That's what Krishna said. And Yashoda Amma said, in that case, open your mouth. Let me see what you ate. And Krishna opened his mouth and Yashoda Amma was shocked. She was stunned to see the entire universe was inside Krishna's mouth. Okay, and inside his mouth, there was a Mother Earth, there was Bhumi, and there was a Gokulam, the village of Gokulam, and there was one Krishna standing there, one Yashoda Amma standing there, and Balarama standing there. So she was seeing all this, right? If we see that, what will we do? We will fall down, we will faint, right? That's what happened to Yashoda as well. She could not take it and she fell down. Right? She thought like, oh, this is not an ordinary child. Maybe this is something like this is Bhagavan himself. That's what she thought and she fell down unconscious. But after some time when she woke up, it's all because of Bhagavan's again Yogamaya, right? With his divine energy, he has erased everything from Yashoda Amma's memory. And now Yashoda woke up and saw Krishna standing there and she was happy to lift him up again as her own child, and she took him inside and she had so much fun with Krishna.